Hello, everyone, and welcome to end of September A&S Investments video. So this month has been interesting for me. As you can see, I haven't been able to play Entropia as much as I would like, but I might have mentioned in my last video that I did start a crypto investment business, which has been going good, mind you, but it has been taking time away from Entropia. There's a few other factors too that has driven down our cycle and ability in Entropia, which I'll mention in the video. So, as for my business, this is my web page. I spent a lot of time designing my web page, as I've mentioned in a few videos, and bringing it up. And this is at auinvest.org. So, I've got my web page up. I've got my Twitter account up, and I've got my Facebook page up. So everything's going good. I didn't have time to make the video earlier this month because I actually had clients. Yeah, I had clients to consult, and that's what my business is. I consult people. Look, all I'm basically doing is showing them how to set up automated bots to buy on the way down and sell on the way up. It's not rocket science, but it takes a little bit of effort to set it up, and you sort of got to know how to put the settings to get it singing right. And anyone could probably do it, but the people that I've gotten as clients don't know a thing about crypto, most of them, and are interested. And I'm happy to present it to them this way because it's not guessing. Using the wrong platform is the first mistake rookie crypto investors make. You go into eToro. Their pip spreads are ridiculous. Coinbase just launched in Australia. I heard their fees are ridiculous. So getting people to avoid those pitfalls when they first start investing into crypto, and also going with known exchanges that aren't less likely. I'll never say aren't, but less likely to collapse, like Binance. So yeah, my last 4 weeks, or probably 3 to 4 weeks since I launched the business, has been really busy. And I've got more clients in the pipeline, so that's really good. So it's taken a little bit of time away from Entropia, and that's fine. This month, probably for the first time in almost 3 years, we're coming up on a 3-year anniversary this Christmas, that my MU profit has been lower than what is required to pay everyone out. But you know what? I'm making money doing a job. I'm quite happy to just put that money in. And when I get some spare time, now that I've got the business set up and I'm getting clients that are sort of coming in steadily, I'll slowly readjust, as we've always said in this channel. You readjust your life / play style to accommodate what's going on. I'd like to mention that ever since this investment has started, you got to understand this investment started before there was no COVID, there was no war in Ukraine, and there was no financial crisis. This business started before all those things happened. We survived COVID. We are surviving the economic crash, which has sort of just started, really. And hopefully, fingers crossed, the issue in Ukraine is solved soon, whichever way it goes. But apart from that, I'm still looking forward to the Unreal Engine 5 update for the game. As for the game, it's dropped off in popularity a little bit. I've noticed a lot less people are playing it. That's probably got a lot to do with inflation going up. It is a real money game, so people are starting to cut down on the expenses that they would usually spend on in entertainment and enjoyment. And of course, there were a lot of people from Europe play Entropia, and some of them are fleeing for their lives. So it was not unexpected to see Entropia's play base drop during recent events, if you know what I mean. But you know what? These events will go away, and everything will start coming back to some sort of normality, and the player base will increase again. So we're just gotta play through. I'm actually surprised how well the market's holding up, considering how tumultuous, is that the word? Yeah, the world is. Yeah, so I'm learning a lot myself about the resilience of Entropia. Not to mention you know, as long as they keep developing their update to Unreal Engine 5, what's coming in that future. So, yeah, I'm still positive. I'm still positive. But, you know, what the recent events in the world made me realise is I can't keep pouring. I couldn't, at the time, keep pouring so much time into Entropia and not having a backup plan. So that's why I done the crypto business. That's my backup plan. Shit goes to shovel here. I keep running that crypto business and my boat keeps sailing, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we're all good. How do we go? I didn't do a lot of mining this month, although I did do a few runs. You know. There's 2 runs there, and I think I've got 2 runs on my... So what I do is, once I finish off one of these panels all the way through, I select a range from there to there, and then I hide them. So if I clicked on that arrow there, you can see it goes from 1 to 4,700. I've got a lot of lines above this of my mining runs. But I like to keep it nice and neat and condensed so that I can see what's going on. I like to keep an eye on my runs. And of course, keep a constant eye on the percentage rate, which is floating around 94.47%. I think on the summary page, off the top of my head, now that and I mentioned last video that I didn't have the high grade plugs included in my summary page. I've now put that in. It didn't really change much. I just noticed that it wasn't there, so that's been rectified. We're still at 2.5 million PED cycled through this business. We're sitting at 92.25%. Some would say that's pretty good. I'm not agreeing. You got to remember that's on 250,000 US dollars. That's a lot to me. So I'd like to see that closer to the 97% as per promised. But as I've said before, previous videos, I don't believe in the percentage amount, because if this gets to 10 million, even 0.5% is too much money. You can't keep doing the math on percentage. You know, it doesn't work out, because sooner or later the math doesn't work out. Then this number here, this 2.5 million PED number, blows out to a phenomenal amount. And this 92% then becomes a real big amount of money, even though it's quite a decent amount of money now. That blows out. So they cannot go percentage. This game cannot be said to have a percent return. It should have a specific roundabout capped cost, in my eyes. I feel sorry for the guys that have played for longer than me. Well, this business has been running almost 3 years. I've been playing for almost 10 years now. I put probably 50,000 US through the game before we started this business to get my character to where it needed to be. I cannot imagine that I'm anywhere near this percentage anyway from previous times, because that was all learning stuff. So, don't know. That's something for Mindark to work out as they look at their player base numbers and ponder some things. So yeah, look, guys, we'll move forward. We've got Christmas coming up, Halloween. There might be a Halloween event. I haven't looked on their website whether there's going to be a Halloween event or not. They've been a little bit quiet with their participation in the world of Entropia. I get on every day. I check the auction house. And that's the other thing too. I mean, I made inventory full of amps and guns. And because sales are a little bit slower at the moment, I get on there, pull the stuff off the auction house, take the money, put stuff on. I've still got a bank full of stuff to sell. I don't need to be, and that's another reason I started the business, I don't need to be playing Entropia for 10 hours a day anymore. I can do a mining run in 3 or 4 hours, and the materials from that is enough for me to craft and sell for a week. So I'm not needing to play as often anymore. But I do play when I need to. I set the time aside. I've got an administration day on Wednesdays that I set aside from the business, that I don't do any consultations, and then the weekends are quite quiet. It's usually during the week. People ring me on the weekends sometimes, but they book their appointments during the week, of a night time, like their night time, my night time. At the moment, I've only just been doing Australian customers, so it's good for time zone purposes. It's at night time here, so it's comfortable. Everyone's cool. But yeah, I mean, that's going well. I'm quite happy with that. Um, the and I might have mentioned Ethereum in one or two videos previous, how MindArk is moving to use Ethereum as their base layer for the game in the future. I'm just going to show you something. Where are we? Here. All right. So I don't know if any of you guys remember, but or even keep an eye on Ethereum, but there was a time not that long ago when Ethereum was up to almost $5,000 each. Now this was mainly in part with NFT being fresh to the market and all that sort of stuff. But let's just put all that aside. The thing about it is, it got to $5,000. Now, you can go to this site called Ultrasound Money, and you can see how the proof of work's going. And this graph on the right-hand side, you might think, oh, look, oh, gee, even since the merge 20 days ago, oh, there's been 11,000 new Ethereum minted onto the blockchain. Fuck, it's going to be worth nothing. That's way too much. You know how much Ethereum was getting minted onto the blockchain for the last 5 or however long it's been around? Well, let me just click this button, simulate proof of work. Now, what this button does is it simulates how much would have got generated in the last 20 days had we have stayed with mining Ethereum off machines rather than going to this new proof of stake model, right? Now we think 11,000 Ethereum's a lot. They're about $1,300 each, so that's a fair bit of money. Well, let's click the button and see how much Ethereum would be around if we had left it as it was. Yeah. Now, 256,000 Ethereum in 20 days was minted in the proof of work ecosystem, right? And then you unclick the button, and compared to that other number, 11,000 seems like peanuts. So I've set bots up to accumulate Ethereum. I'm not spending lots on it. It could go down. Don't forget, we've got a war going on in Europe. Like, some people don't like to call it a war. Well, you know, when people pull guns out and shoot at each other on opposite sides of a border, I don't know what schooling some people have had, but that's called a war. You know, any military operation is a war. You are hurting people, full stop, from another side. So it's a war, right? I go out in the backyard with my brother when I was a kid and threw a rock at him. It was a war, okay? So just so that you know, a war is a war. There's no colours involved in it. It's black and white. War, right? So anyway, we don't know what that's going to do. But the US economy is, the stock markets are sort of doing okay. They're not too bad. But what they're not doing is they're not holding their ground as good as cryptocurrency is. Cryptocurrency has started to form a base layer of solidarity. And, you know, it's hovering around $20,000. They tried to kill it. They failed, you know. And look, I know that I put a lot of information about cryptocurrency in my videos with the Entropia stuff, but the worlds are just about to meet. And when Unreal Engine 5 is implemented on the blockchain as a Web3 game, that's what the way you got to look at it. It's going to be implemented on the blockchain as a Web3 game. It might not seem like that when it's done, but that is what's happening. And it won't be the same. It'll be the same in some ways, but it won't be the same completely. I'm going to accumulate some Ethereum now. If it goes down to $900, I'm going to accumulate more. If it goes down to $500, I'm going to accumulate more. That's what I'm doing. Because at the end of the day, if I've got to put money into Entropia via cryptocurrency, I'd like to have some on the side just in case it skyrockets up. Because you got to remember, after inflation rates start coming down and wars are over, this type of money is going to fly up. At the moment, you got the US dollar is stronger than almost every other currency on the planet at the moment, but that won't last. That won't last. that will end up going the other way eventually. You can't keep printing money out of thin air and expect it to hold its value. So, and that might not happen for a while. We all know that, but whatever. So yeah, look, guys, there's nothing really much for me to say about this video. Like, you guys know what I do. It's been almost 3 years now. I know it's the 6th in my country today, so it's the 5th in most other countries. I'm going to log in Entropia right now. I'm going to hang around for an hour or two, put a craft on or something. Come and see me for your payout. I've got it all sitting there ready to go. And I'll catch you guys next month and see what's going on next month, yeah? And ciao.